Okay. Welcome to you all. This is Fiona Clark, the Zenergizer, and I am speaking to the lovely Maria today because I am curious to know what her experiences have been since using Lifewave patches. So, Maria, let's get straight to the point. Just first of all, just tell me, how did you even find out about them? What made you start using Lifewave?
So I have a health coach called Mariana, and she is somebody I trust very, very much, 100%. And she's been helping me with health things. And she said to me, Maria, I would like to tell you about health technology. Would you like to have some more information? I thought, absolutely, of course. Anything that comes from you, I want to know about it. And she's a person of real integrity. And so she explained it. And I just thought, wow, that's really interesting. So I did loads of research on YouTube around my particular health goal, which is actually weight loss resistance. So I'm a woman of a certain age, just finding that weight loss really hard. But actually, I've had weight problems all my life, so it's not even the certain age. So I can't even blame it on that. I just had body, diet, like food issues all the way, which has been the bane of my existence. And so she's really good at that. That's what she does. So I thought that was really interesting because she said, not to do with diet or body or anything, but she said I had arthritis in my hands and now all of my pain has gone. And she talked to me about other health benefits. And she looks amazing as well. So I could visibly see that she had loads more vital energy and she looked younger and weller. And she's had her own health challenges as well. The first thing I thought actually was my mum, because she's 81 and she's got the arthritis and all the other stuff that they just say, oh, you need to just
Age normally gives you, yeah.
you need to just learn to live with that and all the rest of it. And so first of all, I thought of my mum. So I signed up and sent loads of packets to my mum in Chile. And I started to do it myself. And also before that, I researched on YouTube what Lifewave patches weight loss. And I saw loads of people that had lost weight with it. And I thought, oh, this sounds really good because it's no drugs, it's no chemicals. And I just thought any help I can get, I'm really interested. Yeah. And although I have had enough of all the fads and all that stuff as well. So anyway, I saw so many testimonials on YouTube that everyone was just saying it works. And there were some negative ones that people were giving their perspectives. And I thought, that's fine, that's their perspective. Fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's allowed to have their perspective. But I just resonated with that this is really great and it works. And so I've now been doing it for two months now. Yeah. And I've had so many changes. I have lost body size, some weight, but not so much weight, but body size. I've lost about a dress size and a half.
Wow, that's amazing. In 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a really good before and after photo, actually. I don't know if I can, anyway, I'll share it maybe some other time, but
yeah, sure.
Yeah. But I have visibly reduced in size. And what we've realized with Mariana is that a lot of that was inflammation.
Inflammation. Isn't that interesting?
Really interesting, because I was weaponizing the food, the diet, the exercise. I was going to yoga. I mean, I still do. I go to yoga regularly. I eat well. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm really, really healthy. No rubbish, no carbs, no sugar. I shouldn't have been the size I was for so many years. And what we've realized, and this is fascinating, is that inflammation was playing a massive part.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
go ahead. Sorry, no, I mean, everybody has inflammation in their body. I mean, it's just, even if you don't think you do, whether you're stressed, whether you've got any pain or discomfort, the digestive system is one of those systems that is very, very often inflamed. So many people have problems there. So that doesn't surprise me, but to hear it from a different perspective with the weight loss is so lovely to hear, because this is a completely different angle. So tell us, which patches have you started with and which ones are you using? That's
Yeah,
always
so
the question people want to know.
so I started with the X49, the X39, the stem cell one, and the Eon.
Yeah,
I started with those two, and then I started to add the SP6, which is the sugar cravings,
yeah,
and the metabolism balancer, and the appetite reducer.
yeah.
And it has definitely worked. My appetite has
Mm.
reduced. I'm not just overeating. I'm just stopping. I'm just stopping eating, and it's just normal, like it was the dream. It
Wow.
was the dream. Like I have my meal, I then stop, and then there's no more crazy,
Okay.
crazy thoughts. There's no more need to comfort eat. There's no more, oh, my husband, Mr. Six Pack Billy, like super healthy, is just eating biscuits and cakes and bread next to me, and I can't have it. Oh, poor me, and all that stuff.
Wow.
All that I've had to live with for 13 years with. I love him to bits, but it just felt so unfair. Like I just look at that stuff and I put on weight. He's the six pack. He's got the perfect body, eats whatever he wants. Like it's not fair. Like
It's always the way, isn't it?
all
Yeah.
his family are slim. Like it's not fair. So with food stuff, it all goes into all that psychological, emotional bonkersness that
Yeah.
doesn't know how to stop. And then the more that goes on, that stress, the more the inflammation goes up. And the more inflammation, the
Exactly.
more stress.
Exactly.
So Mariana said to me, well, your problem isn't actually food because your blood sugar's fine. She put this monitor on me for a
I
month.
remember. Yeah.
And she said, your problem's just emotional and stress related. And I just thought, that's great on the one hand, but it's not about food. But now what do I obsess about? Number two, how do I sort that? Because I've been teaching meditation for 32 years and
Wow.
all that good stuff, all that spirituality. And I thought, I'm actually quite stuffed now. Now, what do I do?
Isn't
Okay.
it fascinating? I think this is such a great example because number one, the first question I want to know, do you remember when you started to add in the SP6? How
She
many?
she recommended to do it about 3 weeks in.
So about 3 weeks in, because that's really good. I mean, SP6 we know is the perfect one for the hormones. It's
Right.
for the cravings and all those different metabolism things that are going on. But what I'm loving hearing here as well is what makes sense to me is that when you obviously we know that the X39 is the master. It's the mother of all patches which we use. And we put everything, all the supporters come and back up the mother patch. But the Eon, as we know, is as we know it's about inflammation, but it's all about being happy. It's about shifting and changing those
I
hormones. So that's what for me is
know.
just makes this story just so beautiful because you are working on every different aspect. It's not just saying, and I think this is one of the biggest issues that people have when they want to lose weight. They look at it from one dimension and it's like stop food. But it's not about that. It's like, why are you craving it to start with? What is
What's the root
the
cause?
mechanics in the body is like, what is that mechanics
Mm.
saying that you need this food for? Because it's always an emotional cause somewhere. But the fact is that Eon have regulated those hormones that have been giving you all these different messages. It's fabulous. I haven't heard that of a story like this with such a quick impact of the weight. Or,
I'm
as
so
you say,
excited.
sometimes it's not the weight, it is the body shape because the inflammation is
I
gone.
don't care how much I weigh. I just want
Yeah,
to keep
absolutely.
my
It's really
clothes
clear.
without
Yeah.
without all this pain around my waistline and my bra and just feeling horrible.
Yeah.
But also, like I've been working on my emotional stuff for decades. Oh, what's the root cause of all the padding and why do I need to shield? And I know loads of my friends with similar things going on. Like we've all been there, and so we're so sick of that. Like
Yeah.
we've done it so hard, so
Mhm.
fully. And I'm so excited because I just think this is a real graceful, compassionate situation here, environment, because it's like, well, look, what if it was just the biological stuff in the body? You just switch a few of those switches
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, I'm a positive person. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm one of those annoying positive people that get up in the morning bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, which sounds lovely, but you ask my husband, it's not always a lovely thing if
Yeah.
other people are not feeling that upbeat. And I appreciate that. I know I piss people off, but now I'm even more positive. Like I'm actually so, and I know that there's a mental health crisis going on. There's a mental health crisis and burnout crisis in the workplace with young people. It's the structure of society. It's nobody's fault. It's just the setup. And I believe that this is a real solution to the mental health crisis, because now I wake up like my friend Joe every day. I'm so optimistic. I'm even more positive, but even more, I've just got the cognitive function. Everything's just working now.
Okay. I was going to ask you what other things that you've actually noticed, but I think you've just answered
I've got loads more.
those different questions. And in 2 months, and what I will be clear is saying anybody who's watching this, if you don't get results in 2 months or 1 month or 3 months, please, please, please don't be despondent, because every single person is very individual. And I do believe that it depends on where we are in our own lives and how much work maybe we've done in our bodies on all levels as to how quickly we respond to anything. And everybody is different. So do not be despondent. But what it does go to show is what is possible.
Yeah.
And everybody gets results, but they just might be in a different time plan.
Exactly.
So, it's so now so you basically use the X39, the Eon, the SP6. Have you introduced anything else in?
Glutathione as
The
well, which
glutathione,
helps with
yeah,
weight
which is
loss.
the detox, which makes sense. Yeah.
Detox and energy enhancer sometimes,
And
because that helps with metabolism
yeah,
and
yeah,
with
I
fat burn.
love that one.
Fat
Yeah,
burn, what's not to love?
yes.
And another massive result is I just had really bad joint pain. I've always
Okay.
had pain in my wrists, in my elbow, in my knees. I've had some accidents in my knees because I'm quite clumsy. And I started going to yoga many months ago, and I got the most awful sciatic pain because I'm hypermobile. So annoying. So when they say downward dog, lift your leg up high into the sky, as high as you can, my hips went, no, you don't.
Yeah.
That's not a functional movement. What
Yeah.
in heaven do you think you're doing to us? And I was in agony. I had this nasty nut, and I had to go to the physio, the doctor, the painkillers. And it was the same diagnosis of, well, you've just got to pain manage it with painkillers. And I was like, I was actually tripping. I was on so many painkillers, and I don't like taking pills. I miss natural. I don't even like taking paracetamol.
Yeah.
And all of that pain has now gone.
Wow. It's
The
huge.
sciatic pain at best is 5%, and before it was 80%. It was nasty.
Wow.
I've got so much strength in my wrists, and I can now do press ups and planks. I've never had the strength to do that. I've never had the strength. I can do a slow push up down to the floor easily, and I can do these things,
Exciting, isn't it?
kind of,
Yeah.
the V's
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and I've never had that strength. And I just thought, I used to think I'm just weak. I'm just not a very strong person.
But just
But
doesn't it go to show? Yeah. And I think
look
this
at
is,
those
yeah,
perceptions. Look at those self-perceptions. No, you're not. Your
no.
levels were
And I
just
think this is where I think we get used to our bodies responding in a certain way, and we make that our norm. We
yeah.
see that as our norm. And what I think those of us who've experienced it using these patches, I've had some incredible experiences too, is that you actually then start to see what else is possible. And the body actually does not need to be in pain, doesn't need to be stressed, doesn't need to be inflamed. It does not need to be in an imbalanced way on any level. So I'm just so excited. I can't wait to hear. That's only 2 months. What's going to happen in the next few months? It'll be really interesting to see what else you experience as well.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's not just me as well. So my husband had a shoulder injury for 5 years, completely gone in 3 weeks. He only realized 3 weeks in that he did something. He went, wait, that's different. What? Oh yeah, that's gone. And then overnight, his pelvic girdle realigned itself
Wow.
overnight without
Oh,
so that's a musculoskeletal result.
yeah.
As a bodywork practitioner, he's really aware of all the angles and posture.
Mm.
And that was slightly twisted to one side because he'd hurt his ankle as a teen. We're both 50,
Yeah.
50. So for all those decades, the compensation pattern, and now it's straightened up
That's
of its
amazing.
own accord. So the body knows what it's doing. The body is wise, the body's intelligent. And then the original one, my mom, her arthritic pain is a lot less. The day she started patching, she felt happier, like spiritually lifted, happier. Her stress levels have gone down. And now, for the first time in years, she's gained sensation in the soles of her feet. She lost that around about 2018, something like that. She hasn't had full sensation in her feet, which hinders mobility. And now it's coming back. And
So
she's lost loads of weight.
wow. So she's also using X39 Eon.
Eon, yeah.
Fantastic. And your husband, was he doing the same? The
He's
X39
using X39 and Eon, yeah.
It's as they call it, the dynamic duo. No
Yeah.
surprise there.
And then if that wasn't enough, because I'm interested in helping other people to be healthy and wealthy, because so this week in one day I had 3 messages in my WhatsApp inbox. One friend no longer needs her glasses.
Wow.
She can read without the blurriness, readers off. That's 1.25 or 150 readers, no longer needs them. Another friend told me the same about his glasses. He doesn't need those. And then another friend patched her friend who was in so much pain, and it reduced it by 80%, just right there in the moment. And then I got that news from my mum about her feet, about the pain going. That's like 3 incredible success stories about people that I care about and people I don't even know that have life-changing result. When you get out of chronic pain, that's a life-changing result that's life-enhancing. And that 3 of those messages came into and I know that everybody that does this will get some benefit, will get some results.
Absolutely.
So in terms of being on purpose and feeling good about doing something that's really, really quite extraordinary, in terms of purpose and my value and doing what I'm here to do, massive tick.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So I think you've answered my last question, is would you recommend it to anybody? I think the answer there is very clear from what the experience is just this week. But Maria, I'm really grateful to you for coming here and having a chat, because all the testimonials that we have, everybody has a complete unique different experience. So it's really good to hear what other people are experiencing. So thank you so much for sharing all your stories and your wisdom today. Really appreciate it.
Have we got one more moment to share one more?
Yes, go on.
Okay, so in terms of mental health balance, so I used to get triggered. Something would trigger me and I'd harbor it and beat myself up on the inside for quite a long time, probably overnight, maybe over a few days. Now that thing's processed, done and out the door within a few hours.
That's brilliant.
Okay, so in terms of, and I'm pretty conscious in terms of my mental health and the way that I process, because that's my work and that's what I teach as well.
Yeah.
So when it comes to processes and all of that, I literally wrote the manual. Okay. But this is emotional resilience, mental health resilience, and bounce back rate like I've never known. Brilliant. I really believe that this is a big part of the mental health crisis. If people had more support in a way that the body just starts to rebalance itself, we would see radical change for the good in society, in schools, in families, in workplaces. So I'm really excited because I care a lot about that.
Fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Really excited. And I look forward to seeing what else is going to happen in the next few months. And maybe we'll just do another video then.
Yes, and I'd like to interview you next time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you.